Hello and welcome back to my channel here, Enchanted Emerald. This is Melissa bringing you a reading here for this full moon on this Cinco de Mayo 5-5. I just want to acknowledge that today is the 5-5 portal because that was something that came through strongly in this reading, and so that's something that I'm going to be talking about. So this full moon is a full moon presenting itself to us in Scorpio, the sign of Scorpio, so we're definitely going to be hitting on some hidden aspects within ourselves, some emotions surfacing. Of course, I do feel the need to kind of mention that Mercury retrograde will be rounding itself out here on the 14th, so things could be really feeling intense right now for you. But this is really all to our benefit so that we can begin to release more deeply these emotions that are keeping us stuck, keeping us from connecting to our true divine love source, our love energy, right? And so this is about not having any fear as we step into that love energy, or as we open our heart more and more, as we let our guard down to live in our truth. And so, you know, I feel like this is a time where your dreams could be very active. Maybe you've experienced messages within your dreams from your guides, and maybe you have had things surface within your dreams where you're just like, I kind of should pay attention to that. Maybe I should think about what that means and how that feels to me. Pay attention to colors and feelings and sights and all the things that come through in your dreams. Write things down when you wake up, because this is just a way our higher selves speak to us. Okay, so this full moon is really going to bring us to a space where we're really letting go of a lot of our resistance. We've held on to certain patterns, certain behaviors, things that have felt comfortable to us, but it's getting to a point probably now where things are starting to feel a little bit more uncomfortable. This tenseness, this pressure, you know, that's building up, really feeling like this is been a way where you have kind of kept your security, right? Working on making good choices for yourself, safe choices, but now this pressure that's building up is now coming to the surface. It could even be being released in the form of irritability or anger. So maybe if you're looking to take some time out, take some time to yourself, that's also an important thing to do if you're feeling called to do that, to kind of work through some things, to really think about things, to journal, to meditate. Self-care should be at the utmost importance right now. So do what you need to do to take care of yourself. But you could be really taking a look at these things that are coming up, our emotions and such. This is really a full moon that is going to extend an invitation to you at this time to take stock of things, to take stock of particularly when it comes to like our relationships, our relationship to ourself, our finances, material possessions, things that we're hanging on to. These can be things that can help to keep us in a certain space where we are not creating space for new energy to enter, right? Or we could have mental beliefs, right? Mental blocks, beliefs that kind of keep us stuck. So subconscious patterns that kind of keep coming up. And so this is really where surrender comes into our, you know, to be highlighted here, right? Where we are being shown the way, and now it's important for us to really let go of some of this resistance, where if we are leaning into it and having faith, things will keep us in a current, so to speak, so that we can just be pulled in the right direction rather than like fighting it, right? So when we have our resistance coming up, we are trying to control the outcome. We are trying to control what is happening around us, right, to make us feel safe. But as we start to let go of some of that, and we start to see circumstances as they are, that's where we can start to accept some of these circumstances. We can start to feel our feelings, right? Accept our feelings about these situations and start to move forward with a little bit more ease and grace, right? So maybe in the past few months, maybe even leading up to now, maybe you've been in this sort of pre-contemplation stage where you've been kind of doing that mental stock, right? Like, what have I been doing in my life? Where do I need to start to step up to the plate to be a little bit more responsible, to take action, take charge of a situation? And then maybe now you're kind of moving into a space where you've formulated a plan and now you're ready to put that plan into action and really start to take steps into a positive direction. And maybe you've already started to actually make some small steps, and so now it's built some momentum, and really this energy is gonna like sweep you into a new journey, a new path, a new direction where you could find things ending very abruptly and new things coming in for you, but it's all for our greater good. And so that is where part of that surrendering into the flow is going to serve you well, because if things are ending very abruptly and we kind of go in kicking and screaming into the next phase, well then it kind of stalls you out a little bit. You want to be able to kind of get swept into that momentum to carry you forward versus swimming against that current, so to speak, where you're kind of staying in this like in-between mode where you're kind of like not accepting that that's what's going to happen, because inevitably this will happen for you and you will be moving forward into that new space, and things will eventually change, whether this is something that you're wanting or not. I think that there's big changes for all of us coming, so it's about staying rational and grounded throughout this all, making decisions where you can, keeping yourself empowered about the decisions that you can make, and then the things that you can't control, allowing those things to, bring you lessons and shape and mold you into a stronger version of you. And so with this, I wouldn't advise making split-second decisions, right? I would think that it would be time to like, whoa, okay, hey, this is the situation that's at hand. Take a step back, think about those things, get in tune with your body, really listen to what your intuition is telling you, however your intuition presents itself to you, whether you know with a gut feeling, whether you have to take a couple of days and then, you get the moment that you're quiet in your mind and you get this idea that pops into your mind and then you know exactly what you need to do. However your intuition speaks to you, I would encourage you to follow that, because it is really important that we're following that wave of energy versus kind of creating our own path, because when we create our own path, sometimes things don't always work out as we want them to. So yeah. So moving into this feeling of this 5-5 energy, when we talk about the angel number 5, we're talking about big changes, right? Positive changes, usually blessings. I really feel as though what's coming in is this transformation. Okay, so this transformational energy. I feel like a lot of energies are being transmuted at this time. So things that are coming up will be processed, and you will digest all of the emotion and come out with this, this was my lesson, and you'll be able to verbalize what you need to verbalize from that after feeling it out, and know exactly what you've gained from that and how to use that to your advantage going forward. So I think that that's part of the positive aspect of this, bringing in that transformation. But again, applying that to your new beginning, I do feel that this is really about charging us into like a new path, or where we're divinely guided onto this path, right? And I feel like this is really about us with our divine mission. So this is for the wayshowers. This is for those that are meant to stand out to inspire other people to also do the same, to be themselves, to be their authentic selves, and to shine their light so that they can feel accepted and feel as though that they can live in their divine purpose and complete their divine mission and feel supported doing so, and inspire them as you do that. You will inspire them to do that. So I really feel like this is about your new beginning with your divine mission in your path, because I get the sense that this is really about turning over a new leaf, so to speak. Okay? So perhaps you are really letting go of these subconscious patterns in the deepest way that you've ever let go. And what you're going to see now is you're going to see the situation from a new perspective, from a higher perspective, right? Where your higher self steps in and you see things as they are and how they have been this whole time. And you see how things are not working for you. And you know exactly what you need to do. And so with this turning over a new leaf, you come in with this radical acceptance, right? There's this, I see things as they are, and I'm going to work with this situation to the best of my ability. And if I can't work with this situation, I'm going to let it go. So this is where those endings kind of come in. Things are going to end. And then there's this ability to see yourself almost as a divine being, almost as the divine see you, right? To see yourself with love and to see that yes, that happened, or this situation was in your life for far longer than it needed to be, but now you've gained the lesson from that. So you see yourself with love, you offer yourself forgiveness, and you're no longer wishing things had happened in a certain way, or no longer wishing that things were different. You're starting to feel empowered enough to take action to change those things, and you're divinely supported on that path. So I really feel like you might start to take more responsibility for your actions, take more responsibility for what's showing up for you in your life. And if you don't like what's showing up for you, starting to make waves, right? So you could be behaving more responsibly, so taking stock in your finances, behaving more responsibly. Perhaps you are starting to throw money on your debts. Perhaps you are starting to be accountable for your actions within relationships, right? You're ending patterns, you're behaving differently, and the divine is showing up, and they're clapping and applauding you, thank you for doing that, right? Because as you embody that more responsible version of yourself, you are embodying more freedom, okay? You are showing up authentically as yourself. You are being responsible, moving forward into a space where then you can be that wayshower, you can be that creative self, you can show up every day as an individual that you're proud of in embodying your truth and your mission as you are here. So with this, I really feel like the energy is intense. So, self-care is going to be, like I said, very important. Standing in that it is okay to rest if you need to rest, and really allowing yourself to process all the energies that are coming in for you. I don't know if anybody else is feeling this, but for me, the Lemurian energy feels very strong right now, and so I just have been downloading a lot of light codes, and so it's been making me a little bit more tired lately. So I feel as though that's something that I felt called to do. I've been resting a little bit more and trying to balance everything. But if you feel called to rest, drink lots of water right now. Get yourself around water, be out by water. I went to the falls, right? So do the things that you feel called to do, but then allow yourself to still balance that as you need to. I do feel like this is about creating a new normal for yourself, right? I think that with this new normal, so to speak, you will find that you are prioritizing things that you didn't prioritize before. And so I think that where you once resided, like a balance between the logic and the heart space, this is really where we're going to drop it down, and we're really going to reside a lot more in our heart space, really tapping into that divine love and that divine energy. And so I think that this is really a space where we're releasing many, many lifetimes even of accumulated emotions, accumulated energies. So really pay attention to your thoughts, unpack the things that you need to unpack. Just be mindful not to unpack so much that you are living in the past, right? Acknowledge and process things that have happened in this lifetime, but don't allow yourself to unpack it and sit and live in that space, right? Don't have a pity party for yourself. Just feel what you need to feel. Process the emotions, sit with it, and then send it love. Send yourself love to the past. Send yourself forgiveness to the past so that you can, that's where that transmuting it happens, is you start to move into that acceptance and move through that stage. So I think that you could be acknowledging things that have happened in the past that you once maybe never even talked about, like unspoken things. And listen to your feelings, listen to what your heart tells you. I do feel like this is like a rebirth, and dropping it into that heart center. It's about our inner truth, our inner knowing, and I feel like sometimes that is more a feeling that you just feel, and sometimes it doesn't have to be put into words. You don't have to be able to verbalize that even to others, right? This is just an inner knowing. So I do feel like this is a connecting with our freedom, connecting with this new beginning, and really navigating from our heart space for going forward, navigating and standing in our truth. And this is where that real adventure begins, which is beautiful. So this is not falling victim to the so-called fated life, which kind of results as lives that we're born into, or as a result of our free will decisions. It's really more about our destined life, which is something that we have agreed to come into this lifetime to fulfill, this mission that we have agreed to come into this lifetime to fulfill, which is our life purpose. And so this is really about embodying that, right? So committing to living our life fully, embodying that essence, our divine energy, embodying our soul's mission. And so this is choosing to have courage to do so, and stepping into that. We connect with our joy as we surrender more, and we connect with our tribes more. We start to be that beacon of light that kind of attracts our soul tribe, and we feel more and more supported doing so. So really move forward, connecting with others, treating others with kindness, and extending that love to others so that it will always be reflected back to you. And so you will always also feel that. So it's a beautiful energy to sit in. So I love this reading here for us for this full moon. And I am going to be doing a full moon release healing, and that's going to be on a video here shortly. So if you're feeling called to tune into that, I would encourage you to do so, because it's going to be an intense release, and moving into this new energy and connecting with this heart space on a deeper level. I think that releasing all of this is the key to be able to connect with these higher energies that are around us right now. So to allow us to live more fully. So if you're interested in that, I encourage you to attend that, to view that video. So thank you so much for watching today. And if you feel called to share this with anybody, I would encourage you to do so. Thank you so much. I am here to share my light, share my wisdom, and make an impact on others in the process. So I hope you have a beautiful full moon, and thank you so much for showing up for yourself. And I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you. Take care.